Hey there. It is so good to see you. It's been a while. So I just wanted to talk about my last couple blog posts, and I also wanted to take a step back. One of the things that I was going to focus on this week was looking at time and money. That happened to be a really big topic that came up in the survey, and I get it, and I got it. But something that occurred for me this week, going through my own personal breakthroughs and breakdowns, is I realized I needed to take a step back and bring this piece into the conversation because I felt it was really important. So currently right now, I've been listening to Deepak and Oprah. I'm doing the 21-day meditation. It's amazing. And the meditations are beautiful. And it's always interesting to me when you're ready for the teacher arrives. I've known about Deepak. I've read some of his stuff, followed him here and there, but never really listening to him at the level I've been listening to him over the last few weeks. And I wanted to bring up and share about a meditation that occurred this last week that was really profound in terms of what I got to see in my own life around it and how I think this relates to the challenges that we come up against in our life. So I'm gonna read what he actually said. So it talks about the separation of self and the separation from true self. And what Deepak was saying, or what he said, is in process of choosing A, you separate yourself from B. Either or choices present themselves every day. Like, I get that. They present themselves every day. When living in duality, we live in separation. Okay? Whatever we reject becomes separate from self. At the bottom of duality, it comes down to one thing. Separation means you are disconnected from your true self. So what I got from this, and what I wanted to share with you, because something I brought up in the survey is, what are the things that you come up against that occur like obstacles or challenges when going after your true passion, that thing that you very most want for yourself, for your family, for your friends, whatever it is. When you're going after that very thing you want, what were the challenges that you face? Sorry, it's windy. My camera's moving around. Anyways, what I got was, I wanted to talk about time and money. That was going to be the topic this week. What I saw is that when I or you, anyone says that, well, I don't have enough money or I don't have enough time, we then begin to separate ourselves. We separate ourselves from that very thing that we want because we make up a conversation that there is lack. There's a lack of something. A lack of time, a lack of ability, a lack of skill. And to give you an example, so about a week and a half ago, I saw this job opportunity, this career opportunity to work for a particular school, being their administrator, which would allow for me to live in a very beautiful place. It would allow for me to be with my son during school, because one thing that he keeps asking me is, Mommy, can you stay at school with me all day? And God knows I'd love to, but, I don't have that opportunity. So all of a sudden, as I'm reading this job opportunity, this job posting, I'm realizing, oh my God, this is amazing. My heart just opened up, and I was overwhelmed with passion and excitement. And for about a day and a half, as I was working on getting my resume all set up and ready to go, I was just thinking, oh my God, this is the answer, this is it, and I can make this happen. And then all of a sudden, I went back to look at the job posting again, because for whatever reason, when I read administrator, it didn't click for me, the head of the entire school, that didn't click for me. I don't know what I heard. I heard admin, marketing, I heard whatever I heard. And then when it dawned on me really what this position meant, I immediately went to an old tape in the background that began to say, oh, you're not qualified for that. You can't do that. Oh, don't even bother. Don't waste your time. You're not going to be able to do that. Oh, they'd never choose you. They're going to choose somebody else for sure. So don't even waste any more time. Now, I want to tell you that my passion level that was just expanding, possibility was exploding from my head, and I was literally floating on air for about a day and a half. And then all of a sudden it was done. I was just brought down, plummeting. You can't do that. So then I accepted that conversation for about another day and a half. And it dawned on me as I was doing these meditations and as I was preparing for doing the time and money conversation and wanting to do my blog post, I really got that, oh my God, I totally allowed an old negative mindset tape run the show and completely destroy a possibility that gave me complete and total freedom and passion. I stopped doing what spirit in my mind was saying, go for it, irregardless of whatever my past says. Go for it. This is a possibility and an opportunity. Why wouldn't you? Why didn't I? Because of that automatic tape that kicked in. When that registered for me, I then went into another conversation of beating myself up for actually getting an opportunity to see how my ego operates, to see how my mindset operates, to see how that negative tape runs. So, lo and behold, then after the fact, I reach out to see if the position is available. I don't think it's available. But the fact of the matter was for me to really see, to acknowledge the process of what occurs when I am completely elated and in passion and fully filled up by a possibility and something that is within reach, something that could actually occur for myself, for you, for anyone, right? And how simple the mind can just go boom, it's done. So, my point of this share today and this blog post, separation from self. I get that when you or myself or anyone says, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, that we instantly separate ourselves. Consider that you have the time and the money for whatever it is you choose to do if you choose to take and make the time and the money for that, whatever it is you want. And again, this goes back to my last two blog posts. It's about that mindset. It's about that automatic tape that's running in the background. Like, what is it? What is your conversation that stops you? I'm clear what mine is. Mine is that I'm not good enough. I'm never going to be good enough. And why in God's name should I even bother? But the practice for me is to notice it and acknowledge it quicker, sooner, faster, so that I can immediately nip it in the bud, because it's never going to go away. I can't say that forever or at some point in my life I'm never going to have that conversation. Now, I may never have it for a particular area in my life, and that will be a triumph, but it's more inside of the practice, the practice of acknowledging it, seeing it, and noticing it, and seizing it in that matter, and then regrouping, realizing, accepting, owning, acknowledging, and then take another step forward and go for it again. I believe that Spirit every day gives us opportunity. Every single day there's possibilities, boundless possibilities, endless miracles occurring. And, inside of where I'm at, inside of my big risk, which is getting laid off from what I thought was my dream job, In my mind, I believed that. In my heart, I know that there's something else I need to be exploring and doing and choosing. And I'm choosing it. I'm here. Here I am talking about it. But the big risk is, I moved from Tucson, Arizona here to California. I have not secured the career position that's going to allow me to continue moving forward in the economy. Even I'm like listening to the words right now. I'm listening to it. But the big risk is, it's scary. I'm scared. I took a big risk. I jumped into something, not having all of my ducks lined up in a row, okay? But I do know that in my heart, there's nothing I have to worry about. Because if I can stay out of my head, and if I can turn off those conversations, there's endless possibilities of what's possible. And if I can notice when I begin to separate myself from my truest self, like that's the practice. The practice is when you go to choose A over B or choose B over A, that you notice it. And it isn't that it's a right or wrong. It's almost like when you're choosing the A or the B, it's realizing the conversations in the background that begin to start popping up. What are they saying? What is it saying? What is happening in the background? Because whatever's happening in the background is going to shape what's ahead of you, unless you begin to acknowledge it, see it for what it is, and shift it. Shift it. Like I was saying in my first blog post about this, is spin the conversation, turn it around. If you hear a negative tape, how can you upgrade that negative tape to something positive? And then begin to practice that. So, really, what I'm here to say today is, along with the earlier posts, look at your conversation. Start being aware of life, yourself. Start being aware, like in a deeper sense of awareness for your own personal self. It's so easy for us to be on autopilot all day, every day. I know this. I'm a single mom. I get it. You can just be on autopilot, living your life, and you're going. But it's about reining things in, stopping, breathing, and really acknowledging your surroundings and owning all that is, even the negative. I am grateful for the negative aspects that have occurred in my life, because it's how and who I get to shape myself today. It teaches me lessons. It shows me where I might be off track or how to get back on track. It really is an opportunity. Every little piece of our life is opportunity, whether it be good or bad. So I guess with what I'm trying to say today is take a look, where, how, what do you separate yourself from? And when you're up against that big obstacle that could be clouding the way of your passion, maybe you want to ask yourself, what are you resisting? What are you not choosing? What are you not accepting about self? What conversations do you need to embrace and own, be responsible for, and shift and change? Transform them. You can do that. So, until next time, I just wanted to share that, I do believe time and money are a valid conversation. I think often we want to go into things and we want to say, hey, just give me the answer on how to fix it. Just show me how to fix it right now. I think how we fix it is by looking in here and really understanding what's happening in here, and then looking in here. And then bringing those two pieces together, the heart and the mind, because it really is. The heart and the mind, how do we bring it all together? How do we own everything that's there? Embracing the good, embracing the bad, embracing the beautiful, embracing the not so beautiful, and then creating something out of that. So that's what I want to leave you with, just some food for thought. I'm going to come back to time and money because I really do think it's a valid conversation. But I think what there is to look at is how you perceive that conversation. How you perceive that conversation. So again, anyone who wants to reach out, and I thank those that already have, I would love to hear from you. Thank you for listening on my big risk in this little mini series moving forward. Keep listening. We've got more coming, but I just want to say love you. I thank you. It's a beautiful day on this Sunday. I hope whatever you're doing this weekend, you're having a magical time, and thanks so much. And really just check in and look, how do you separate yourself from your truest, highest good? How do you do that? What do you do? And stop doing it. And when you notice it, do something about it. Do something about it, because it'll get you closer to that place you want to be, just that yummy essence of life, okay? Love you. Ciao. Bye.